you only know what you know now because of what you went through, right? There's no way that you could have acted any different because you were the person you were at that moment in time. What is up, guys? Good fucking morning! Yeah! We out here, baby. You already know the vibes. I'm in this season of being with myself, man. I'm here. I'm in Medellin. I'm in this fucking... I feel like a princess. I'm in like a castle. You know, I have like... I can see the world here, which I love. A balcony is like a non-negotiable for me. If I don't have a balcony, if I can't go outside and just like... breathe the fresh air and see the fucking view, then I can't even stand to be home all day. I'll just feel like fucking trapped. I wouldn't even be able to work and concentrate. I feel like I'll have to like go outside or like be at a cafe or something to work. But whenever I have a good balcony, I don't know what it is. I just feel good. You know, I can see, I feel open, I feel free, and I can stay inside working long, you know, which is good because, you know, I need to be able to work. And yeah, so I'm feeling good. Honestly, that scream I just let out made me feel good. I've been kind of quiet all morning, but today I want to talk about something vulnerable, okay? I want to talk about how to get over a heartbreak because, look, I think it's really cool to talk about these things because everybody goes through shit like this, right? Everybody feels things. I don't know if it's the same level of degree, like does everybody feel the same? I don't know, but I do think everybody feels the same things. Everybody's experiencing the same human experience out here. We're all living life. We're all trying to figure things out. And I think it's cool to talk about these things because it's things that sometimes people don't want to talk about. They don't feel comfortable enough to talk about. And once you kind of just start or stop caring what people think and you realize that we're all out here living and experiencing the same shit, then it's cool to say things that other people feel but aren't able to say, you know, like with the poetry and stuff that I write and things like that, because everybody can relate to it, you know. We all feel things, and I think it's important to talk about these things, right? So I feel like I'm equipped to talk about this just because the kind of life that I live. I've probably been through one crazy heartbreak a few years ago when I was like 24 maybe, and this was like everybody has like one heartbreak that just completely shatters your whole world existence. Like you don't even know like what is up, what's down, what's real, what's not real. Like it just fucks you up completely, right? And during this time I went super deep. I read a bunch of books and I just took so much time to process and to heal and to grieve and to figure out like the deep parts of me that were responsible for the way I felt, right? And it was through that experience that I was able to step into myself, into my power, that I was able to start traveling and being on my own and feeling good on my own and meeting other girls, other women, and just ultimately being okay with myself, right? Like not hanging on, not latching on to things. And yeah, but that was like almost like a fucking year and a half process for me, like maybe even more. It was fucking intense, yo. And recently I was with this girl in Argentina, and towards the end of it, like things just got super intense. but I ended up having to let her go. And not gonna lie, I've been kind of going through a little mini heartbreak. You know, I didn't think that I could feel as much as I felt with my first relationship, but this showed me that I'm still capable of feeling these things, even though it's like for sure like way less of a like intensity. But regardless, those feelings are there, and yeah, definitely coming out of it. I'm feeling fucking good, feeling great, but I think it's important to talk about how to actually maneuver and go through these things to come out better on the other side, to feel good and to keep living your life, which is what we're here to do, right? Like, we're here to keep living and experiencing the full range of human emotions and just taking in everything that life gives us, you know, whether that's being in a relationship or it's being alone, you know, having these moments and periods of isolation and going inwards and refinding your purpose, your mission, what you're here to do, you know. I think all these things play a role and they're super important. So, let me see, I wrote down some stuff on my run this morning. Okay, so the first step, and these are steps, okay? So, make sure you listen to the end so you get the whole idea. So, the first step is to feel it all, okay? Like, you literally have to feel all of it. It does not help if you're feeling something and you distract yourself by doing something else and to avoid feeling the pain or the emotions that you feel, right? Like, whenever you're going through these like grieving processes, sometimes you'll just be out doing something and you'll hear a song or you'll see something that reminds you of that person and you're gonna feel it, okay? And the best thing you can do is to literally just let yourself feel it, like all of it. You know, sometimes you'll fucking break down and start crying. Like, whatever your body wants to do, just let yourself feel it. It is so important to do that, because if you don't let yourself feel it, then you're never gonna fully process it and let it go, right? When you feel it, you release it, right? Through the pain, you can release the emotions that you're feeling. But if you don't allow yourself to feel it, then it's gonna get bottled up and you're never gonna release it, and you're just gonna prolong it, right? Like, eventually you're gonna feel it, but it's gonna be way worse and you're never gonna get over it, and it's gonna take you way longer. So you have to feel everything. That is step one, okay? The second is, that helps me a lot, is to just make art, right? Like, make art out of it. You might not be able to talk to this person, or, you know, you don't want to bother them, you don't want to be needy, you don't want to be like the annoying guy that's like hitting some chick up because you can't like stand to be on your own. You know, it's annoying. And you're gonna end up ruining that relationship. You know, you're gonna end up ruining any chance that it had if you're emotional, if you react, if you blame, like yada yada. Like, the best thing you can do whenever you're feeling these things and you don't know what to do with yourself is to make art, okay? Make art. Like, I'm an artist, so maybe this comes naturally for me, but I think anybody can do this, you know? Like, poetry for me has been one of the things that I've discovered in like the past year that I really fucking enjoy. It's like you're painting with words, right? It's like you're describing something with words and you're painting a picture of a moment, of a feeling, of an emotion, of a situation. And I think it's fucking dope. So I write a lot. I write poetry. Recently I've been writing music. I've been writing songs. Like, I think I mentioned it. This girl that I was seeing, I wrote her a song on the guitar. That was a first for me, but honestly, like, it just fucking helps. Once you start making art, you get into this flow state and you forget about the world, right? You're just expressing what you feel and time just kind of stops. And when you're going through these things, any moment that you can get where time just stands still and you're engulfed in something, it's gonna help you a lot, okay? Because sometimes in these moments, time just feels endless Like it goes on forever and you don't know what to do with yourself. So make art out of your pain, out of your emotions, okay? And then other people can relate to this, and it's just fucking cool, right? Like it's cool to be vulnerable and to share how you feel, because everybody else feels the same shit. So it's not like you're weird for feeling these things. Like everybody feels them. So make art out of it and make it for yourself, right? Because that's what feels good in the moment. And also, it might help somebody else, right? If you decide to share it or not, you know. Ultimately, it's for yourself. The next thing, which is like in line with my last video of all the things that I do every day to feel good, is like you have to work out. Like you have to work out and exercise every fucking day. If you feel like shit, if you're uncomfortable with your emotions, then just go for a fucking run or go lift some heavy shit in the gym. Like can't even begin to describe how good that makes you feel. To go work out, to go release all the energy you're feeling, like work out hard, run fast, go to the gym, lift heavy shit, get uncomfortable, do uncomfortable shit, like get in the ice bath, get in a sauna, get in the steam room. Just put your body through physical pain and discomfort, because through that you will feel better and you will get clarity on things. Like it is just the best thing that you can do is work out. I talk about this consistently because it's fucking true, and it helps me so much in everything, right? Like if you feel like, oh, you want to reach out and like send a message, like a annoying message or whatever, like don't do it. Or write out the message in your fucking notes and don't send it, and then go for a run, right? Like you will forget about it, you will release it, and it'll feel good, okay? So after that, after you do this, right, you need to change your perspective on what's happening to you, okay? It's easy to feel bad, it's easy to feel like shit, it's easy to say, oh man, this always happens to me, yada yada, why do I always lose people I love, why do the people I like never like me back, you know? But you have to change your perspective, okay? Choose to see the good in everything, choose to see the beauty in everything, right? Like it's actually a beautiful thing to experience the human emotions, the full range of the human condition. It's a beautiful thing, and you can always be grateful for the time that you shared with this person, right? With the time that this thing was alive. Some people, I've seen it on TikTok, like, or there's also people just that I see walking around, homeless people, etc. Like, they never get to experience something so beautiful as love or a person to share themselves with. And if that's you, if you got to experience that and share that with somebody, like be fucking grateful, dude. It's such a beautiful thing to connect with somebody, and even if it doesn't end up working out, the time that you lived together was probably beautiful, and it was what it was, right? Like I said, things are only beautiful because they die, because they end. So you can just be grateful that you experienced it in the first place, right? And also, there's probably things that came out of it that you can learn from, right? So it's like, be grateful that you experienced this and that you learned these things that you're learning so that you can become a better person, right? So this leads me to my next point, which is you have to take full accountability, right? Like even if this person just left you, or like you think that they wronged you and that they did you wrong and that they fucked you over and that they lied to you, that they cheated on you, like whatever happened, right? Like sure, that was their actions, but you have to change your perspective and flip it to, what did I do to cause that, right? Reality is a mirror, so whatever you're putting out into the world is what gets reflected back at you. If somebody did you wrong, if somebody left you, if things didn't work out the way you wanted, you have to analyze what you did to cause that, okay? If you don't do this, you will likely end up falling back into the same situation, attracting the same kind of person, and then ending up in the exact same situation because you didn't change, right? You didn't change who you are so that you could avoid that situation from happening again. So the biggest transformations come always after the biggest loss, right? Because it forces you to really dig deep and be like, what beliefs am I building my life on? What am I creating my reality around? The beliefs, my thoughts, my worldviews that ultimately caused this situation to happen, right? It forces you to get super honest with yourself and to dig deep and to ask yourself what you did to cause this. You are the creator of your reality. So if somebody did something to you, whether you would want to believe it was your fault or not, like, it was your fault, okay? So take full accountability, take full responsibility, and learn from it, right? This also, like I said, you're changing your perspective. So what can you learn from this? How can you make sure that this doesn't happen again, right? And this will be the biggest transformations for you because you will learn so much about yourself, about your behaviors, about how you are and how other people perceive you and what you do to create your reality, whether you're conscious of it or not, right? So that is super important, and that part is hard because you'll probably face things like, man, like, I should have done this different or I should have done that, but you can't beat yourself up because you only know what you know now because of what you went through, right? There's no way that you could have acted any different because you were the person you were at that moment in time, and now you're a new person because of what you went through. But there's no way that you could go back and change that because you only know what you know now through that experience, right? So don't be hard on yourself. You can't change things. It will be uncomfortable to analyze the things that you did that caused what happened to happen because you were going to want to wish that you could go back and change them, but you can't, okay? You can only change who you are now so that you change the outcome in future relationships and future situations that you're in, and you become the kind of person that attracts the next level, of relationship, of person, and of the thing that you want to attract into your life, right? So like I said, this will be hard, but it is ultimately just life, and there will always be more levels. So this is honestly just like a process that will repeat. You change your beliefs that you hold, and those beliefs could end up failing you again, right? But I think slowly over time you let go of some beliefs and you adopt new beliefs and values, and over time you end up with a rock solid belief system and value system that creates the life and fulfillment that you ultimately want, right? This is a fucking process, but it's just life, man. And the last step, okay, this is the last step. Once you have realized these things and you've thought about this and you've made the art, you've been through the emotions, now you're coming out the other side, and like usually these things will bring you back closer to yourself. It makes you ask, it makes you question, it makes you wonder, like, what am I here to do, right? Like, what is my mission? What is my goal? What is my purpose, which is obviously always evolving, but like, what is my purpose right now? What do I want to dedicate my time, my focus, my energy to, and channel all this energy into building what you want to build, right? Like, quit that job, start that side hustle or a hobby or business you've been putting on the back burner because you've been dealing with this fucking shit, and just go all in, right? Create the life you want. And ultimately you have to always, as a man, as a woman, whatever, like, your mission is your most important thing, right? Like, your purpose, what you're here to do. So these moments help you get back to yourself and realign yourself as to what you're here to do on this earth, right? And all these things that you go through, all these things that you experience, ultimately, they make you more relatable, right? You can understand, you're more empathetic to people because you realize what people are going through and you've been through it yourself, and you can use all these experiences to ultimately help other people or to just create the life you want. I don't know. Like, basically, just use everything you've gone through to channel it into becoming the best version of yourself, okay? Always keep evolving. Use these experiences, see them as positive things because they're shaping you into the person that you're meant to become, and they're getting you ready to attract the person that is ultimately your person, or whatever, you know, or like whatever it is you want for your life. So yeah, man, that's basically it. That is how I've found to get over a heartbreak. Like I said, a few years ago, once I did all of that, I made the art, I was working out, I learned about myself. One thing I always wanted to do was start traveling, and then making money online, so that's what I did, you know? And every single time that you go through something like this, it just gets you back to yourself. You know, it's like you return home, you return to self, and you figure out what you're here to do and what you want to do and what your fucking mission is on this earth, and you go super hard and you level up as a person, and it's fucking awesome, okay? So you can always see the good, and also just remember, this world is abundant, this life is abundant, there is so much out there, so much opportunity. Like, just be fucking grateful that you're alive and you're experiencing the human experience. There is beauty everywhere. There is love everywhere. There is happiness and joy everywhere. You just have to look, okay? So, that is all I can say about this. I hope this helps. If you're going through something tough, trust me, it's fucking hard, it hurts, but like I said, you can always change your perspective. You can always choose how you relate to what you're experiencing, okay? And that is the number one piece of advice I can give you. So, I hope this helps. This is a vulnerable video, you know, but fuck it, if this helps somebody, then I'm so glad. And yeah, man, much love. If you need to talk, shoot me a DM, shoot me some comments. Let me know what you're struggling with. I'll see if I can help. And yeah, keep crushing it, keep going after your dreams, keep going after what you want, and keep creating the life that you want to live, baby. Be grateful, thank God, and keep enjoying life, baby. So, much love, sending you love out there, and mwah, besos, baby.